Hey, John Hickok here. I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the new studio. Finally got it set up pretty much. There's obviously a few finishing touches that need to be put on it, but I just kind of want to take you guys around just like I did with the last studio and sort of show you how I've got everything set up, because it's a little bit different. This one's not the same as the other one, but recognize a lot of familiar things for sure. So let me turn the camera around here. I just finished doing a live stream on the John Hickok channel, so I got my live stream set up back up again. So if you remember this table right here, this is actually a different table, but I have two of them. Was kind of like my command center. So I had my computer on one side, and then I had two TV screens, and then I had all this stuff over here, my mixing board and my video switcher and all that set up so that someone could sit back there and kind of run the podcast from behind that desk. But I don't have the room in here. This is like kind of just a bedroom basically that I've converted into a studio, versus the other room being a large bonus room. So I've got it kind of up against the wall right here, and I've got it set up so that I can sit here and work, but if I need someone to run the studio, they can sit over there in that chair and run it from over there pretty well. So I've got it pretty well set up to where I can do kind of the same thing that I did in the other studio. And I've got of course, I got to bring over the They Live We Sleep banner. I made that in the first studio, and it's just really cool. I like it because if you don't know what it is, first of all, it's from the movie They Live. So go see the movie They Live to understand the significance of it. If you haven't seen that movie, it probably just looks like I'm an insane person. But I don't know, I kind of like having it up here. It's it's neat, and I don't know, it's just sort of a reminder that you can, I don't know, worry too much about what everyone else is doing. It's like the people who haven't figured out, they're off having a great time while you're asleep basically. So it's kind of a reminder to stay awake, but don't worry too much, and just stay at it. Basically, it's motivational. That's what I'm trying to get across. It is motivational. Okay, it's kind of a it's a little deep to explain in 20 seconds. Okay, moving on. We have the mixing board here. It is a PV. I used to use an Allen & Heath, but I switched to this one. Really kind of in the same price range, but it has a few extra things and gizmos on it that I like. And of course I got my rolling video switcher. All the lights are in the ceiling, so it's kind of nice in some ways, but then if you're like looking over into a box of stuff, it's like you put a cast of shadow over it, but it is what it is. And okay, so also I've got, I'll do that at the end, but I've got 3 canvas prints on eBay right now, and I'll give you guys a closer look at those and what the deal is at the end. There's one of my guitars. But so I hung up a bunch of this camo netting here, kind of like I had in the other studio, if you remember. The way that it's kind of like the ceiling sort of came down at an angle, because it was a room that was over a garage, but it sort of had like a peak to it, so it wasn't like a straight room basically. So it's just hanging down straight versus coming in at an angle. And I've doubled it up basically, kind of folded it upon itself, so it's a little bit thicker. And I've got the foam panels up behind there to kind of help with the acoustics in here. And the acoustics are pretty good. I'm going to do a few more things, but they're pretty good with the stuff I have in here. Of course, the couch. This is the couch that normally you would see Derek sitting at in the podcast. Initially, it was the one I sat at on, in the earlier days of the podcast. But it's nice. Leather couch. Had it for it's almost 10 years now. Got the Mosin crate over here, some 50 BMG ammo, the old shot up guitar. Got a couple of realistic looking inert grenades, the Mayan calendar, some other random junk I haven't cleaned up yet. And the infamous sandbag wall. It's not quite as high as the other one because it's a little bit longer, but I may add a few. I may add some sandbags to it and kind of bring it up. You see I got some extra room there. And I got a little guitar set up here. Got my Explorer and my 2016 kind of limited edition Gibson Explorer. I got 2 of them. You saw the other one on the couch, and then my 1981 Dean ML Flame. So I had the Explorers for about a year or so, and I had this one for about a year, I think, something like that. and then got the little 1980s Marshall mini stack, and then those are the really small amp is called the micro stack, I believe, but this is the mini stack. But made in England, you know, before they started making everything in Vietnam. Really nice amp. A couple pedals down here. Got the landmine. Those are hard to find these days. They don't make them anymore. And got the super badass fuzz. It's a really cool fuzz pedal. You kind of see it over there, the purple thing. And then the metal muff pedal by Electro Harmonics. Yeah, I've had that one for a really long time. It was my first, I guess it was my first guitar pedal actually. And this is just a closet where, you know, I keep extra stuff that I use. You know, I got cables, extra microphones, and there's my old mixing board, extra foam panels, and, you know, camera tripods, and, you know, cords, toolbox, all that kind of stuff in there, all the studio stuff. And you know, filing cabinet over there, I keep some of my comedy stuff, which I'm starting to. So some of you guys who have seen my stand-up comedy videos and stuff on the channel may wonder what happened. You haven't seen one for a while. Well, I sort of over the past, I would say like in the past 8 or 9 months, really since that last Zanies show that I put up on YouTube, I hadn't been doing it as seriously. Just kind of going through a few things in my life, and especially now with the divorce and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'd sort of tailed off from it some, but I've been here lately in the past, you know, few weeks. I've been going back out and getting back into it, because I never planned on abandoning it. I just had some other things going on that made it difficult to do, but I'm definitely getting back into it. But yeah, I said that to say I have keep my jokes in there and stuff like that, and other notes and, you know, various things. But that's basically it. That's the studio in a nutshell. So let me show you these canvas prints. Alright, so this one, there's 3 on eBay right now if you're interested. This one is of the Tropic Gun Girl on Instagram. This one's just beautiful. I mean, it's huge. It's like a 20 by 30. Also, I went with some higher quality ones this time. They have real wood frames instead of like the press board. And the other ones are great, but these are just a little bit nicer, and they've got this kind of hard backing there to kind of keep this from, you know, moving as much and everything. And they're really nice. Now, I went ahead and put these up as a buy it now. Yeah, and I'm not just, you know, totally giving them away or anything. Some of them are kind of expensive, especially that one, because I had to spend a lot on this one. Yeah, because the shipping is really expensive on these things. I get killed on the shipping, so, you know, I can't just sell these really cheap or anything. But if you guys are interested, this one, you get a closer look of it. It's always a shame to sell that one. It's beautiful. And this one's up there right now, and then this one. See Dad peeking through the hole. That's from an old shotgun video. That's a neat picture. I've always liked that one. So those are up there right now, and then I'm also on these. I'm including some rocks from the range. So I picked a few rocks from in front of that first post that will set watermelons and 2 liters on the main Hickok range. Pick some rocks. So I'm gonna throw one in with each of these prints. I don't know, just something, you know, thought some of you guys might think that was cool. But anyways, that's the studio in a nutshell. As always, you know, I hope you guys will support the people that support us, so I can keep doing stuff like this, and we can keep cranking out gun videos. You know, so go to budsgunshop.com when you get a chance and see what all they have over there. And also check out sdi.edu if you have an interest in getting certified in gunsmithing or associate's degree in firearms technology. Check them out. Also Federal Ammo. So if you're at the gun shop and you see the Federal Ammo, maybe pick that up, because we appreciate all their support, of course. And also the NRA. You know, if you find it in yourself to join the NRA and help support the fight for gun rights in that way, we much appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of controversy around the NRA, but they're the biggest gun rights organization. You know, just like Dad says, I think you should support the others and support any gun rights group or anybody that supports our gun rights in any way, shape, or form if you possibly can. But the NRA is the biggest dog that we got right now, and I think we gotta support them. So I appreciate you guys, and there you go. That's the new studio. So whenever you see me doing videos in front of the wall and doing live streams, it'll be in here. So anyways, I appreciate you guys, and I will check you later.